Have you ever wondered why you keep falling for toxic people, no matter how many times you promise yourself it won't happen again?
You clicked on this video because deep down you sense there's something hidden inside you, something your subconscious is doing, without you even realizing, that keeps setting you up for heartache.
Today, we're diving deep into why you fall for toxic people and how Carl Jung's groundbreaking psychology can help you finally break the cycle. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be armed with insights and practical tips that might just change the way you approach relationships forever. Picture this. You meet someone who seems perfect at first, charming, exciting, someone who makes you feel seen and appreciated. But slowly, without warning, the red flags start appearing. Their kindness becomes conditional, their attention turns into manipulation, and before you know it, you're left wondering what went wrong. It almost feels as if you were destined to get hurt, as if your own mind has already prepared you for this outcome. But here's the twist. It's not all about them. In many cases, the problem lies within you, specifically in the hidden corners of your subconscious. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, believed that our inner world plays a massive role in shaping our relationships. He introduced concepts like the shadow, the anima and animus, and the idea of projection. These aren't just abstract theories. They're practical tools for understanding why we are attracted to people who end up hurting us. Jung taught us that we all have parts of ourselves that we'd rather ignore, aspects that we deem unacceptable. He called this the shadow. It's the repository of our deepest insecurities, fears, and unprocessed pain. When we fail to integrate our shadow, we often project these unresolved feelings onto others. That means that the toxic people we're drawn to are not just random. They're mirrors reflecting parts of ourselves we haven't dealt with. Think about it. Every time you find yourself in a toxic relationship, there's a recurring theme. Maybe you feel unworthy of love, or you believe that pain is a natural part of intimacy. These beliefs are often rooted in early childhood experiences, when you might have felt neglected or abandoned. Over time, your subconscious takes these experiences and turns them into a template for what you expect in relationships. It's as if you're subconsciously seeking out the very conditions that confirm your deepest fears. And that's where Jung's insights come in. Jung also introduced the ideas of the anima and animus, which are the feminine and masculine aspects present within everyone, regardless of gender. These represent our idealized images of love and connection. When you fall for someone toxic, you might be projecting your unconscious ideals onto them, seeing not the real person, but a distorted reflection of what you desperately want to be loved for. For example, if you grew up with a parent who was emotionally distant, you might unconsciously believe that love always comes with pain. As a result, you're attracted to partners who, on the surface, offer passion, but ultimately leave you feeling empty. It's a twisted cycle where your subconscious convinces you that you're only worthy of this kind of love. Now here's an important question. If your mind is setting you up for failure, what can you do to break free from this cycle? The first step is awareness. Recognizing that your negative relationship patterns have roots in your subconscious is essential. Once you understand that these patterns are not about you being inherently flawed, but rather about unresolved inner conflicts, you can begin the work of integration. Jung believed that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will continue to control your life. So if you keep experiencing toxic relationships, it might be time to look inward, to ask yourself, what am I avoiding? What part of my shadow am I not willing to face? Imagine starting your day with a moment of reflection, maybe through journaling or mindfulness meditation, where you observe your thoughts without judgment. Over time, you'll begin to notice recurring patterns, the same self-critical voice that tells you you're not enough, the same fear of abandonment that drives you to seek out unhealthy bonds. Once these patterns become clear, you can start challenging them. Ask yourself, is it really true that I don't deserve healthy love? Often, you'll find that these negative beliefs are echoes of past hurts, not absolute truths. Another powerful tool is to work on setting clear boundaries. Toxic people thrive in environments where boundaries are blurry or non-existent. They exploit your vulnerabilities and feed into your negative self-image. Learning to set and enforce healthy boundaries is crucial. It means learning to say no without feeling guilty, and recognizing that protecting your emotional space is not selfish. It's necessary. When you establish boundaries, you begin to send a clear message. You are worthy of respect and care, and you won't settle for less. But here's where the challenge intensifies. Even when you set boundaries and work on your self-awareness, the pull of familiar patterns can be incredibly strong. This is where the concept of repetition compulsion comes into play, a term Jung used to describe our unconscious drive to repeat past behaviors even when they are harmful.
It's as if your mind is stuck on a loop, replaying the same script over and over again because it's familiar.
Breaking out of this loop requires courage and persistence. It might mean seeking therapy or joining a support group where you can learn from others who have faced similar challenges. It could also involve adopting new practices, like regular mindfulness exercises, that help you stay present and break the automatic cycle of negative thinking. One of the most transformative moments comes when you realize that the toxic patterns in your relationships are not a punishment, but an opportunity for growth. Every time you fall for a toxic person, view it as a chance to learn more about yourself. What needs were you trying to fulfill? Which part of your shadow was calling out for attention? This reframing can be incredibly empowering. Instead of seeing toxicity as an inevitable part of your life, you can start to see it as a signpost, a signal that there is work to be done, that healing is needed, and that a better, more fulfilling relationship awaits once you've done the inner work. Now let's talk about some practical tips to help you shift out of these negative patterns. First, practice self-compassion. Too often, when things go wrong, we blame ourselves harshly. But remember, you are not defined by your past mistakes or the toxic relationships you've endured. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. Acknowledge your pain, but also celebrate your strength in recognizing these patterns and wanting to change. Next, consider engaging in creative activities. Creativity can be a powerful outlet for emotions and a way to access parts of your subconscious that might otherwise remain hidden. Whether it's writing, painting, or playing music, creative expression can help you process your feelings and give voice to your inner struggles. Over time, this can lead to a deeper understanding of yourself and provide a healthy channel for releasing pent-up emotions. Another tip is to seek out healthy relationships that reinforce your new, positive beliefs about yourself. Surround yourself with people who appreciate you for who you are and who support your journey towards self-improvement. Positive relationships can serve as a mirror, reflecting back the image of the person you aspire to be, confident, secure, and deserving of love. It might also be helpful to join communities or groups where you can discuss these issues openly, share experiences, and gain insights from others who are on a similar path. Remember, change won't happen overnight. Breaking free from deeply ingrained patterns is a gradual process that requires patience and persistence. There will be setbacks and moments when old habits try to creep back in. When that happens, don't be discouraged. Each setback is a learning opportunity, a reminder of how far you've come and a prompt to redouble your efforts. As Jung said, until you bring the unconscious into the light, it will continue to direct your life. By consciously working on your inner world every day, you begin to take back control. And here's an open loop for you to ponder. In our next video, we're going to dive into real-life stories of individuals who have broken free from toxic cycles using Jungian insights and practical techniques. We'll explore the transformative power of facing your shadow, setting boundaries, and nurturing a positive self-image. How did they do it? What were the turning points in their journeys? Trust me, you won't want to miss that. As we wrap up this deep dive into why you fall for toxic people, let's revisit the key insights. Your subconscious, shaped by early experiences and unresolved pain, often sets the stage for the relationships you attract. Concepts like the shadow, projection, and repetition compulsion, central to Jungian psychology, explain why negative patterns keep resurfacing. But the good news is, once you become aware of these patterns, you can start to change them. It all begins with self-awareness, self-compassion, and a commitment to setting healthy boundaries. If you're ready to take control of your inner narrative and break free from the cycle of toxicity, I encourage you to start small. Reflect on your past relationships, identify the recurring patterns, and make a conscious decision to treat yourself with kindness. Seek out positive influences, whether through supportive friends, creative expression, or professional guidance. Remember, every step you take toward understanding your inner world is a step toward a healthier, more fulfilling life. I hope this video has sparked something inside you, a desire to look deeper, to question the patterns that no longer serve you, and to embrace the journey of self-discovery. If you found these insights helpful, please leave a comment below sharing your own experiences with toxic relationships and what steps you're taking to break free. Your story might just inspire someone else who's struggling. And if you're hungry for more deep dives into the hidden workings of the mind and practical tips for personal growth, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Each week, we explore the powerful ideas of psychology and personal development to help you create a life filled with healthier, more positive relationships. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Remember, the path to a better life starts with understanding yourself and daring to change the patterns that hold you back. Stay curious, stay brave, and above all, keep striving to become the best version of yourself. Until next time, take care and keep challenging the limits of your mind.